Certain components of personal loans are, however, recording very high growth. These are being closely monitored by the Reserve Bank for any signs of incipient stress. Banks and NBFCs would be well advised to strengthen their internal surveillance mechanisms, address the buildup of risks, if any, and institute suitable safeguards in their own interest. The need of the hour is robust risk management and stronger underwriting standards.
Raised red flags about the personal loans, some of the pockets of personal loans, but it is only a warning and no action. Is there any action also which is planned, meaning in terms of regulations? Is there something which RBI is thinking, and where is the problem? Is it more of fintechs, or it is even there in banks and NBFCs as well?
Our objective of saying like this, saying what we have said, is that, and this I have said earlier also, that we have to be mindful of what can going forward pose a challenge, what can become a future risk. So in certain segments of retail credit, we saw high credit growth. So it is only to caution the banks to strengthen their internal surveillance systems, to watch the trends and take whatever measures are required. And so far as the Reserve Bank is concerned, the Reserve Bank Supervision Department monitors it very intensively. But the first line of defense is the bank, and the NBFCs themselves. So it is to sensitize them about the credit growth which is happening and not lull them into any kind of complacency.
The problem is more among the private sector banks. Internally, what is the rationale for the warning? So public warning during the policy?
No, as I said, it is not because we are seeing that some problem is already there. We are only sensitizing them that you have to be
Careful.
You have to be careful. You have to just keep your eyes and ears open, and nose also open. You have to smell where the crisis is likely to come up.
See, essentially, if you look at the last couple of years, the year-on-year growth on the retail credit has been close to 30% in most institutions. On an average basis, the unsecured retail credit has grown at 23%. If you see that in the context of rest of the credit growth, which is anywhere from 12 to 14%, it looks to be an outlier. So as a supervisor, it is our intention to inform the banks that this is an outlier level of growth. So strengthen your internal surveillance mechanisms so that any risk that may likely be building up is handled upfront rather than coming to grief at a later time. And also because of the ability to lend through digital modes, this particular segment is showing a far greater growth compared to others. So we are mindful of that in terms of the opportunity and the ability to the ease and convenience that have been brought through the digital mediums. And if there are, as Governor said, when we see any outliers, they are reached out separately. This is a general system level advisory so that the banks and NBFCs and all the players strengthen their internal measures, put internal prudential framework, have their risk appetite framework, and grow their portfolio sensibly. So that's the intention at this point in time.